Welcome in to the Jordy Culotta Show. Wave your hand out there, baby!
Shout out to the show.
She puts the pinky into the nostril. Man, look at that.
Healthy competition, there's nothing like it.
Y'all grow up.
The line's wrapped around the stadium.
Different strengths.
Mm-hmm.
I just lost a tooth.
It's going to be fun.
You know, we might have a story.
I love what you're doing.
Ogeron wants to take us fishing this afternoon.
Sharif, you play for the bad boys of the SEC, man. We don't apologize to anybody.
But a lot of people are saying you're going to be wearing number 7.
I don't really know. I want to.
See, look crazy, Bill. Good feet on the old man.
Definitely come back.
We'll be right back with the Jordy Culotta Show. Edition of the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered here by Go Chevrolet, as we always are. We appreciate you starting your Wednesday here with us. If you don't mind, hit that like button, share button, comment button, get us moving out in the algorithm on YouTube this morning.
Feet day.
It is.
No, it is not.
If we can get to 200 likes, Katie has told us that.
Named it Feet Day?
What? You?
What? You?
No, I did not.
Right before the
I feel like
show.
y'all are making me feel crazy. Like now I'm gonna be like, wait, did I?
Who was your? You had one. Somebody aligned with you in the chat. Some poor girl.
Stephanie Grace.
Stephanie.
Said y'all should strip.
Stop pressuring her.
Stop making her do something she doesn't want to do.
Oh.
Y'all are so racist.
It's called the weekend, baby.
Make sure to hit the like button, share button, comment button. We're going to get a breakdown here from Coach Caskey coming up at 7:15 this morning, as we will get a look at LSU. We'll also take a look at the New Orleans Saints. Also a little bit of a bonus package for us this morning. We'll take a look at the Bengals' offensive line.
Oh, no.
Breaking down Burrow. I mean, they're going to get this guy killed.
Literally breaking him down.
Get a refund on all of the – they spent over $100 million on offensive linemen in the offseason, who included La'el Collins. Now, I know that La'el he's drawn the short straw the first 2 weeks of the season, getting T.J. Watt and Micah Parsons in back-to-back weeks. But I never thought I'd see La'el on his back as much. I mean, like, knocked his helmet off on his back. I mean, it kind of looked like Tyron getting head up by Leonard. I mean, it was tough to watch, man. I mean, Burrow has been sacked 12 times in 2 weeks. And I know that is something that they were trying to prohibit in the offseason with all the money and attention that they showed to the offensive line. So we'll get a little bit of a breakdown from that. Coach Caskey will be here at 7:15 this morning. Jacques will be through here in the 8 o'clock hour. We'll dive back into some LSU football discussion, as Jacques will be here on this Wednesday. SEC teleconference this week, as all the coaches meet with the SEC media. Coach Kelly will have his radio show tomorrow night. And be honest about the SEC weekend. It's a bad card. I mean, like, when you just look at the slate of games on the docket this week, there is a lot of honeydews that you can probably sign up for this weekend, because, I mean, just around the league, New Mexico's playing LSU, Bowling Green's playing Mississippi State, Tulsa's playing Ole Miss, Charlotte is playing South Carolina, Kent State is playing Georgia.
Forgot about old Kent State.
A couple of good games. The only two good games that outlie here is Arkansas, Texas A&M should be a good one. That will be at AT&T Stadium in Dallas. That'll be
oh, yeah.
The Jerry Bowl.
yeah, that'll be the Jerry Bowl.
What time is that?
I believe that's the 2:30 game, but I'm sorry, it is a 6 o'clock ESPN
okay.
game. 2:30 is Florida Tennessee. Yes, which is, I guess, that's probably the best game of the weekend. I think Arkansas, Texas A&M is going to have a lot of intrigue around it, but Florida Tennessee with Tennessee right now at 3-0, and Florida really a lucky 2-1, kind of very lucky to get out of the South Florida game last weekend with that win. But either way, 2-1 going into Neyland. This will be in Knoxville, 2:30 on Saturday.
Tennessee get a win so we can pump this LSU Tennessee game up. If LSU could take care of business, get that thing rocking for a 7 o'clock kick, 8 o'clock kick in Tiger Stadium, get the recruits in there. I'm gonna come. That's the game we want, dude. That's the game. If LSU can take care of business, Tennessee can finish it up. That would be awesome. Awesome. Kind of set shades of last year with LSU Auburn.
Yeah. No, it would feel like a huge game. And, I mean, we talked about it in the offseason of the schedule. And speaking of the schedule, LSU's 2023 schedule was published yesterday. We'll get to some of those games and what next season
wait to talk about that.
will look like. Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird schedule.
Yeah.
But the Tennessee game, to me, has always been the most intriguing game on this schedule, especially from a home, from a Tiger Stadium experience.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that mid-October is usually the best football weather. Yes. October 8th, Tennessee, as Lloyd kind of painted, has potential to come in here with a very confident, undefeated squad. If they can get past Florida this weekend, LSU will have a road trip in the SEC under their belt against Auburn. They've already got a league win in the West versus Mississippi State. So, they've got really good opportunity to set up a huge Saturday and a huge game day on what is going to be the best game day, probably best Saturday of the college football season. And October 8th playing date it's incredible. I mean, you've got Alabama, Texas A&M, obviously everybody will be talking about that one. You've got the Red River Shootout between Oklahoma and Texas. You've got obviously LSU, Tennessee. You've got some other games. I believe Florida and Georgia are playing that week. I mean, it is a phenomenal college football weekend. So
you know who LSU's playing?
Tennessee.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're converted.
Yeah, I get it. Speaking of Tennessee, if you're a current Caesars customer, look for that email. You can opt in to win those Tennessee LSU tickets. Every bet you make after you opt in gives you a chance to win more tickets. And if you're not a current customer, be one and use the code FMFUL, FMFUFL, FULL.
All right, Coach Caskey is here. We're going to get to him. He's got a couple of videos we're going to get to. We're also going to bring back a long form of Caskey's Clicker, and that will be today. We'll do that this afternoon. Coach Caskey will be here, and we will be diving in more into some in-depth stuff of this video, of these plays and of these games, both with the Saints and with LSU. And like we said, we'll have a couple of Bengals quick hitters for you. Don't forget, we're brought to you by Edward Jones, Daniel Newman. Daniel Newman is located out in central Louisiana, and you can get in touch with him this morning on helping you out with his finances, your finances. He can help you out with your finances. Get in touch with Daniel. Easiest way to do it is to email him, daniel.newman at edwardjones.com. Daniel.newman at edwardjones.com. We always remind you, if you work within the industrial space, if you work within the plants, anywhere in the listening area, let Daniel help you. He has got great experience within that industry. He has helped so many people out. Tell you all the time, every time we go out to Central, they've usually got people waiting in the weight room or already in his office talking about how he can help them with their finances, whether it's investment strategy, whether it's just a little advice. Get in touch with Daniel Newman today. Daniel.Newman at edwardjones.com, or the phone number is simple, 225-261-8262, 225-261-8262. Tell Daniel that you heard it right here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Daniel Newman of Edward Jones, located out at Magnolia Square Drive in central Louisiana. Call him this morning, 225-261-8262. Caskey's Clicker here next, as we will talk to the coach as he will be breaking down some of what LSU did last weekend versus Mississippi State. We'll peek ahead to Saturday as New Mexico will be here. Come back with us here on the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet.
Hey Baton Rouge, when traveling through Natchez, Mississippi, whether you need to fill up your vehicle or your belly, stop by Go-Mart and On The Go Deli. Go-Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you might need on your trip. So stop by Go-Mart at 4 Sergeant Prentice Drive as you're entering Natchez on the left, and visit Tom and Wright Granning and their awesome team at Go-Mart.
Do you suffer from chronic dehydration? Are you looking to improve your athletic performance and you need to get over and see our friends over at GoFlow IV? They're located on Jefferson Highway. Easy to find them online at GEAUXFlowIV.com. Make sure and use the promo code Jordy Culotta Show. If you do, they'll take 15% off of your initial visit. Check them out online, GEAUXFlowIV.com. Hey fellas, it's Jordy Culotta for my friends over at Men's Total Health. Guys, do you suffer from fatigue, decreased libido, erectile dysfunction, weight gain or loss of muscle mass, signs of depression, anxiety, hair loss, mental fog, general loss of interest? Then you might be suffering from low testosterone. Go see my friend Mike Roach and his great team over at Men's Total Health, over in Metairie at menstotalhealth.net online. Stop in and see how they can change your life today. A simple shot and some knowledge from Mike Roach can get you back up, moving with your energy, get your sex drive back, build your muscle mass, make you feel young again. All online, menstotalhealth.net.
Looking to book a dumpster but no idea how? We've made it quick and easy for you. Check out our website at moralesrolloffs.com. Let Morales Roll-Offs know your desired delivery date, and finally, provide your contact details. To make payment, look out for an email invoice with all your booking details. On delivery day, our driver will notify you through text and email that your dumpster is ready and on the way. Now you know how easy and convenient it is. Call Morales Roll-Offs at 225-427-0000 for your dumpster.
Hey Baton Rouge, when traveling through Natchez, Mississippi, whether you need to fill up your vehicle or your belly, stop by Go-Mart and On The Go Deli. Go-Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you might need on your trip. So stop by Go-Mart at 4 Sergeant Prentice Drive as you're entering Natchez on the left, and visit Tom and Wright Granning and their awesome team at Go-Mart.
We love the crew over at Fresh Chef Kitchen. Chef Shane and his crew dropping off the meals every Monday here to FM Digital Media, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner. Me or the crew's going through our meals over at Fresh Chef Kitchen. Their weekly pre-order, freshly made meals, or you can walk into the cooler over there on Airline Highway. They have that fresh, same service over there at Fresh Chef Eats. FreshChefEats.com is where you can find them online. Fresh Chef Kitchen. Tell them you heard it right here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Welcome back here to the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet, live on this Wednesday morning as we are excited to announce over here at the Jordy Culotta Show that we are going to extend the cuts of Caskey's clicks as we will have it for you. Coach Kyle Caskey, who's got great experience in the NFL, spent some time on college sidelines, including LSU, for a couple of months before he was scooped up by Urban and the Jacksonville Jaguars last season. Over here in Baton Rouge, got a little time to kill it. He's going to be in the studio here with us. This is, and we don't do this much, but just for you to know, this is a very sellable segment. So if you're a business owner out there and you're curious on how you could sponsor a segment like this where, you know, Caskey's Clicks would be brought to you by X, it's easy to get in touch with us. Katie at fm.co. Katie at fm.co. That is not .com.
Oh,
that is .co.
One day it'll be
EFFEMM. 2 E's, 2 F's, 2 M's, .co. fm.co. Katie at fm.co. But if you're interested in sponsoring this is great stuff, man. People will put their eyeballs on this. People will pay attention to this. People will show up and watch this. And right now, we are going to be extending the cuts 2:30 on Wednesdays so this afternoon we'll come back into the studio and give a much more extended look at a couple of plays that we'll dive into here on Wednesday morning. So welcome back to the set with a fresh cut and still an Aggie. Coach Kyle Caskey.
I almost wore my class ring in here.
I'm surprised you didn't. Y'all like all the trinkets. All the stuff.
I was gonna see if Lloyd would actually try to throw it like he was talking about.
Turn it 2 times.
But hey, bottom line is this: just take your shoes off.
Found another one.
Please, just take.
Found
your shoes
another
off.
one. Look who it is.
Y'all are so weird.
200 likes.
200 likes.
There's only 64 likes. I'm not doing anything for 64.
Does
69.
hold on? Does my like count for like multiple?
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully. Get us there. All right, so we're going to dive into kind of a shorter version on the morning samples. Then we're going to come back in the afternoon and do more of an extended cut. Tell us what we're going to look at here this morning before we dive into the film.
All right, so this morning I've got one clip of LSU. I've got 2 clips of LSU. I've got a clip of the Saints, and I've got a clip talking about the Bengals, like we talked about in their pass protection. So each week we're going to look at like a sort of an NFL quick hit type of thing. So something that happened around the league that week, and it could be anything. And this week it just happens to be that the protection issues with Cincinnati and what Burrow's going through. And I mean, everybody kind of looks at that and says, why aren't they fixing it? How can they fix it? Well, what are the issues? So I went and dove into those. I believe it's actually 13 sacks. Wow. So that doesn't even count the amount of times that he's been hit. And one of the clips I have isn't even a sack. It's just a quarterback hit, but it was a major miscommunication of not blocking Micah Parsons.
Sheesh, you might want to check that guy.
And I don't mean to throw him under the bus, but it was Lyle Collins.
What's going on? I mean, like before we get into the film, and we'll watch more of it. I mean, is he done? Is he?
You know what? I just think it's one of those things where he probably is putting more pressure on himself to be the guy to fix it.
I mean, T.J. Watt and Micah Parsons are 2 bad draws.
Yeah.
I mean, those are tough draws. I get it.
But the thing is, I mean, you can say that, but there's bad draws every week.
Yeah.
Right. And you're going to have the problem is you're going to have somebody every week that you don't want to have to play, and you got to do it. That's what the NFL is, and they got the Jets this week, and I mean the Jets' defensive front is still pretty good. They're not going to have that type of guy coming off the edge or wherever they want to put him, but I mean, right now there's just a lot of things going on, and it's not just always the offensive line. Burrow holds the ball sometimes. The guys aren't getting open. People are starting to figure out how to cover Chase.
Yeah.
There's a lot more roll coverage, double teams on Chase, and they're kind of taking him out of the mix a little bit. So, it causes him to hold the ball.
Sure. So. Yeah. I mean, he's so comfortable just going there. I mean, that was such a safety outlet for him,
no doubt.
Last year, where he just would, put it up and Jamar would make a play. You can't do that in double teams in the NFL, right? Yeah,
and I think Burrow. I think everybody around here knows this. He's one of the most calm players.
Serial killer.
Yeah, I mean that's a good way to put it because everything can be going wrong around him. he can be just getting blasted every other play. He just comes right back out and does it again.
Yeah. Real quick before we get into the film again, tell me what your thoughts of this Mike Evans stuff with Tampa Bay and New Orleans. This is something that is continuing. This is the second time that it's happened.
Yeah.
And it's between these two players of Evans and Lattimore. You've been in the league for a long time. Obviously, there's probably a lot of personal vendettas against, players. This one seems to boil over more than the others. What do you make of this situation?
I think those two have got to chill out on the field. I mean, that for one, because number one is that you're hurting a lot of other players. Because right now, Tampa's got to go play whoever they're playing this week. I don't know who they're playing, but they got to go in there without their best receiver, and Tom Brady's out there getting Cole Beasley signed just because he needs somebody to
They play the Packers this week.
So they play Packers. Okay, so and it's in Green Bay, right?
Yeah, it's in Green Bay.
So you got to go to Green Bay.
I'm sorry, no, it's in Tampa.
Oh, is it in Tampa?
It's in Tampa.
Okay. Either way, it's still the Packers, and the Packers' defense has been better lately. So it's one of those things where you got to put it aside. Now, I've been around. I know we talked on the side about. I said, Marshawn Lattimore's kind of got his own problems too. But with what was going on the other day, for him to come over there and just blow him up like that, that come on, man.
Yeah.
Like you're in the middle of I think it was it still 3-0 at that point?
Oh, it was definitely a one-score game. I don't know the exact score, but it was a one-score game. And then right after Lattimore got chunked, Brady goes at the rookie and pops him over the top.
Now, I will say there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes with these players. You never know what happened in Vegas over the offseason with these two or whatever. But like we had AJ Green in Cincy, and him and Jay, we're in Jacksonville and we're playing Jalen Ramsey. AJ Green's like the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
Is this when he choked
Jalen
Ramsey out?
So after a play, just a regular play, I don't even remember what it was. But all of a sudden you look over there and AJ has him in like a suplex chokehold,
4-finger leg lock.
I mean he's just beating his ass. I mean, bottom line. And, I mean, it's a major fight. And then this is right before halftime. I was in the booth that year, so we come down at halftime. And in Jacksonville, to get from the elevator to the visitors' locker room, you actually pass by the Jaguars' locker room. Well, so freaking Jalen Ramsey's over there like just he's trying to get down the hallway to get to AJ. And AJ's in our locker room they're holding him back, trying to get out of the so anyway, and you just never know what. Now come to find out, Jalen Ramsey was saying some things to AJ that weren't right, or you shouldn't say to a person.
Crossing the line.
And AJ just lost his mind.
Yeah.
And so you just never know. But I do agree. I think Mike Evans got there's a point where you got to you've done it.
Chill out,
you've
bro.
done it like four times
come on,
now.
man.
It's like the fourth time he's done it.
I mean,
And that he gets locked up by Lattimore every time they play.
He does.
So
and I think that's what it is.
There's a little bit of
I
on
think
the
that's
field
what
where
it
he's
is.
frustrated.
I think ultimately,
Yeah.
it's like he's got like one catch for 8 yards against him.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the film so I can fix Coach Caskey's microphone.
I know.
All right, let's get into where are we going first here?
All right, so LSU, when you look at their defense this week, they got to the quarterback a lot more than you thought. So when it came to, we talked about the air raid and how there's a lot of ways that the quarterback doesn't necessarily get hit. So what they did is they locked down a lot of those routes. We said there's only like 4 or 5 routes that they were running. Well, if you watch the defense here, all right, as we play this, I'm going to pause this just as I'm sorry, Katie. I know you don't like hearing all this, but it'll make you relive it one more time. All right.
Should have cooked hot dogs
I'm
today.
numb to it now.
But you see here, really, right here, they're playing kind of a quarter shell. So you got like 4 deep here. You guys in the car, if you just put your phone up in the dash and watch this stuff. All right.
Be an adult.
I mean, you're in traffic anyway.
I mean, come on. I-10, I just drove on I-10.
It's a parking lot.
Moving. All right.
Y'all are fine.
So you can see how they got these guys locked down. Well, they've actually got an extra back in the backfield that's blocking here or helping to block on Ojulari, which, by the way, that's another thing I'm going to get into, is number 18 for the Tigers.
Oh, bro.
I'm just telling you right now, if this kid keeps playing the way he's playing,
Top 5 pick?
I mean, he's going to be up there. He'll be a first rounder.
Yeah, for sure.
He'll be a first. I'll tell you who else is going to be a first rounder in about 3.
Jay Ward?
Number 40.
Oh, gosh. I'm in love with that guy.
I mean,
and he doesn't know what he doesn't know, right?
Oh my goodness! I mean, dude, I'm telling you right now, that kid's going to be something special. But if you look here on the way that they're playing this. They're sending the one back out. So 22 left. This guy 23 actually comes over, and they got basically a double team on 18 over here on Ojulari. So the crazy thing is, watch what happens. He runs straight through the tackle, straight through the freaking running back, and gets there. So the point I'm making on that, and we'll go further into Ojulari this afternoon. This kid runs around people, and when you're doing that, you have to take somebody else and go help on him, but then that opens up 40 on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about what you're doing, the matchups you're creating. And I'll get into that with the Cowboys and Parsons and all those guys here in a minute too. So on offense, I'm going to kind of delve into the pass protection this afternoon, which I thought was outstanding for that group that was in there, for being really the first true time that group was together. I thought the pass pro was outstanding, but
Emory Jones, we could say the same thing like you said about Harold Perkins, right?
Yes.
I mean, just kind of truly special.
Well, I saw a picture of y'all on Instagram where y'all are standing on these stools. I thought that was great. But I want to delve into a little bit with the run game here, and this is at the end of the game. And what I want to make a point of, this is Armani Goodwin. Everybody thinks Armani Goodwin's this little. He is. I mean, I'm not going to say he's big, but as you see here, they're trying to run the clock out here. I want you to watch him finish this run. Boom. I mean, that for a smaller back to be able to do is big, because you've got John Emery, you've got Josh Williams, you've got guys like that probably should be the guys that are doing that. But really, I want you to watch what happens here with Will Campbell. All right. So just watch the way that he comes off of this and he helps the tight end. All right. So we're looking right here. So he's going to come off here and help the tight end. He's going to push this guy into the tight end and get up here. And that right there for I'm about to call him a rookie, a freshman.
No, get to the second level.
Oh, okay, he's still looking to headhunt too.
That's big time. And it's not just there. I mean, watch all the movement going on the back side of this. So if you watch over here, there's a lot of movement on this back side.
And that's Emory, huh?
And then see these guys, they just keep. I mean, that's not great, but they got him past it got Armani past that first level. But the thing that Will Campbell did there to help the tight end, push that guy on the tight end, get to the second level, and bang off on that linebacker to get him and to keep going. That right there is understanding football, and a lot of freshmen don't have that understanding. All right, one thing I talked about with Jameis Winston last week was kind of that unawareness factor when he was trying to escape. That lack of the opening to escape would be to the left, and he's trying to roll out to the right. Well,
spatial awareness.
Well, let's look at this from this week. All right, and I'm going to give him credit where credit's due here. All right. As he comes up, so all your guys are here. Well, there's your escape route. All right. So what he does? Oh, he actually does it. Now, one of the things quarterbacks are taught day one, all right, day one of quarterback school, is if you decide to scramble or leave the pocket, you always have to know what's, lack of a term, on your six. You got to know what's behind you. Mm-hmm. And as he's leaving here, the awareness now that you've got a guy here chasing you. It's not just a guy. I believe that's.
Is that Devin White?
That's Shaq
No,
Barrett.
Shaq Barrett.
So he should have known what was behind him, but he didn't.
Correct. Well, he just escaped it. So if you go to the end zone copy of this, and you see the way he is, so you got one of the best rushers on their team right here. So you know where he's at. All right. So as he drops back, the escape route's going to be here to his left, our right, as we look at it. So right here, he sees this. They're covered, so he decides he's going to get out. Now, he's doing a good job of keeping his eyes downfield, staying a thrower, not just becoming a runner. So he's keeping that alive. But as he comes out, you've got to know that. Mm-hmm. You have to know that, because right now, I mean, this is
especially where the ball's at.
It's hunting season.
Golly.
It's a kill shot.
I mean, that's a duck on the water, brother.
They are absolutely as lucky as they can get that.
Devin White didn't scoop and score it.
That 74 got on this ball.
Yeah.
So just the awareness factor of getting out. So apparently he's that must have been something, because that looked so much better than last week's stuff. But then, come on, dude, the ball's the most important thing. And for him to allow that to happen. All right, now as we look at the Bengals, all right, so this will be something I'll delve a little bit further into when it comes to kind of some scheme stuff of what they're doing. All right, now this is just a quarterback hit. This isn't even a sack, all right? So what I want to explain here real quick is this is what we call a double A front, a split front double A. So really, those two are linemen, those two are D linemen, and then your linebackers are mugged up in the A gaps, all right? There's a safety right there, all right? So what they're trying to do here is they're trying to eat up all the interior gaps, okay? So you have 6 blockers right here with this tight end that's playing running back. So what they did, the Bengals did do this. I'll give them credit to this. They took a tight end on third downs and put him in the backfield as protection as opposed to maybe a smaller back. So they were trying different things, which is fine. You see this guy walked up in this A gap, which I'll take it to the end zone. You can see how they walked the tight end up in here. They do that because you want to get closer to these guys, because what happens is these guys end up at times picking like this. And you want to be able to have him close up in there so he can pass that off with the center. All right. Now what they're doing here, they have 6 blockers. So basically you're saying, listen, if this guy blitzes right now, if they were to all blitz, the quarterback's got to beat him. All right. So really La'el Collins should be on here, because who's this? Micah Parsons. You would think that they would say,
Yeah, right.
you know, because at the end of the game, it was crazy. The 2-point conversion and the touchdown the Bengals scored to tie it. The Cowboys literally it wasn't like punt block or punt return where they were on them, but they were literally viced, not even looking at the quarterback on Jamar Chase. They said, he's not beating us. So they should say right now, you know what? Micah Parsons ain't beating us. So really, he should be here. This guard should be on 90. All right, center should be on 42. This guy's on 55. This guard's on 97. This tackle's right out here on the defensive end.
And you trust Joe just to read 6.
And then so he drops out. Now, the thing is too is if this guy drops and this guy blitzes, obviously then they just switch that off. The center would not 42's not there. Now what they end up doing, this is crazy. I'll show it here. I'll show it to the sideline too. But they all bail out. It's 4-man rush.
Oh God, La'el, what are you
4-man rush.
doing?
You've got 6 blockers right now.
That's how you get him killed.
Right now, you've got 2 guys on the inside not blocking anybody.
Oh my God.
All right, these 2 guys are doing their job. Now, if you see this from the sideline,
That is scary.
This is, I mean,
Oh my God.
that's not a bad hit, but because Micah Parsons pulled off. But just say if Joe Burrow held onto that ball, or didn't get it out as quick as he did.
Or it's 10 years ago.
Holy
And then I want to show you
cow.
something. I want to show you something here. This right here. Just watch Chase. This is that kind of body language right there. You know, that's frustration, man. Because right now he's like, come on, man, really, but right now so what they're doing. So somehow or another there was miscommunication on this side. All right, between
Who calls that? The center?
the center usually makes the call and then it gets echoed out. Somehow or another they got this mixed up, because what will happen is there are protections where if you get this look where you've got everybody on the line like this, that he'll stay here, they'll block down, and then you throw hot off of this guy. But there's no hot route over here. Jamar Chase is running like a comeback.
Right.
So there's no outlet over there.
I mean, would that tight end ever slide over and pick him up in any type of protection? Do you ever want to slide him in front of the quarterback like that?
If you left him back here, if you took him here and they all slid this way, you can have him come off the edge like that. Usually you're cutting him, because you're usually it's a back and it's smaller. And you got Micah Parsons, you're going to take his inside leg and cut his inside leg and try to get him down, but not in this case. This is
Why didn't they do that if they knew Micah Parsons was right there?
Well, he's
they're doing a different protection. So what he's supposed to be blocked. He's supposed to be blocking him. They even came out and said that was a miscommunication.
Had to be. I mean,
so.
And do you think a lot of this is a lot was made of them signing so many people on the offensive line? Is it just like the continuity is not there yet because they don't play in the preseason together, and then you have to kind of get into it week 1, week 2, and we haven't really played all that much together against a lot, when a lot of bullets are flying.
I think that has something to do with it, and we've talked about. I go on a radio show in Cincinnati a couple times a week and talk about it, and that's the question. I've been asked that question literally the last 3 times I've been on their show. And it's crazy. It's people in Cincinnati are like, why didn't they play together? Well, there's a lot of reasons, but, they got their guys healthy to the gate. I can tell you that. That's one thing, because there's been times where you don't get them healthy to the gate.
Well, they're about to get your franchise quarterback not healthy to the end of the gate.
So it's one of those things where there is a fine line. Now, Burrow didn't play because he had an appendectomy.
Right.
I wouldn't want to play if I had an appendectomy either, but so that's good. But getting some of those other guys out there, and then the problem is it's not just Lyle Collins. It's some other things going on there too. But they'll get. I think they'll get it fixed because I know their line coach. I worked with the line coach my last year there, and he's a good coach, Frank Pollock, and he'll. Once they get a little bit more time together, which is unfortunate that it's already the regular season, it's hard to say, hey, we don't want to waste time in the regular season, but it's also a 17-game season, man. Think about this. Everybody says, okay, teams go 0-2. Well, teams lose 2 games in the middle of the year, and nobody says anything.
Yeah.
Right. They just happen to lose the first 2. They're a good team. They got way too much talent, but once they get Burrow comfortable again, he'll be fine.
And they've played bad. And been in both games.
Well, they played bad and should have won both games.
Right.
Missed an extra point, missed a field goal in the first game. This game just it took them 3 quarters before they woke up. But
is this the offense that suits them best?
A form of this offense, yes. They got Joe Mixon back there, and they got to get him going. Yeah. And if they can get him going, get the run game going, that'll open up a ton of stuff.
And that'll get the offensive line kind of in the groove too, right?
And it'll slow down the rushes too.
Yeah.
So.
Did you see the clip of whenever Burrow was on the sidelines talking to Zach Taylor where he's saying, I want to go no back, no back, and literally the next play they go back there with the back and he gets sacked. Whenever you have a quarterback like Burrow, which it feels like they trust him, explicitly, you can do whatever you want. Like he can go up there and call whatever play, call whatever audible. But then when you have a sign where he's telling you, hey, I want to go no back, I want to go empty, and you still put it back there, where's that communication with him and Zach Taylor?
That's an issue too, because you got to have that conversation. I think with that quarterback, if it's just a guy that you got in there that's
Cooper Rush.
Yeah, no offense to Cooper Rush, but if it's you're Joe Burrow, you're number 1 pick in the draft, you just went to the Super Bowl. There are some times where you need to make sure if he's uncomfortable, make him comfortable, and find ways to do that. So, but that's what we're going to delve into this afternoon.
Take me back a little bit to the LSU offensive line on Emory Jones, playing new faces, just kind of your takeaway of what you saw.
I thought they looked like they've been playing together. And I think it's been mentioned in here before, Charles Turner. Mm-hmm. Charles Turner's like one of the most intelligent guys.
Did you hear what Emory said about him yesterday?
I did not.
He said that he's one of the natural leaders on the team and somebody that has helped him just grow very fast.
I can see that, and I think he's helping all those guys across the board come together, and because he can see it the way it needs to be seen. So if he feels like in this case with the Bengals, when the center made the call and the tackle didn't get it, he's going to make sure. He's one of those guys that's going to he's going to hit, he's literally going to hit him next to him and be like, hey, take your shoes off and let's go, so that's I thought the cohesiveness of those guys and they play with such enthusiasm and enjoyment. Those guys dancing in the end zone. I have no idea how they didn't get a penalty, but man,
unreal.
They didn't get a penalty. You know why? Because I think
the officials kind of got caught up in it.
I think the officials
looking at him.
The officials are like, man, look at these dudes.
These
guys, they're moving. But no. So I thought that was they played really well. So. They should only go up from here, and they've got other guys if they need to plug and play. Scooter and some of those guys, Anthony Bradford. They got guys behind them now that have played. So if for some reason something they have just a total brain fart at some point and they can't get it, and they just need to calm down. There's somebody to put in, calm them down. That's good to have on the line.
How good was LSU's third down defense? How good was their defense against Leach's offense?
Defense was spectacular, in my opinion, on what they did to that offense because they shut it down. You talk about the screens being runs. They couldn't get a screen off. They couldn't get, they're forced. So I don't know what the tendency of Mississippi State was on 4th and 1, but they went cover 0 on 4th and 1, I think at least twice, and just stuffed them both times. And they just said, we're going to bring it's a saw blade, brought guys off both edges and just.
We're going to out-athlete you.
And they just said, you know what, we're going to cover down on the other guys and you got to go,
Do you have any explanation on why LSU could struggle this bad on special teams 3 weeks into the season?
number one, you got your starting left tackle playing on, or starting right tackle playing on punt. I don't understand that, for one. I know he when he wasn't starting, I get it because the way they run it, those are all offensive linemen that are standing in front of the punter.
But is that the right personnel you want in that position? I mean, I love him. He's a great athlete. But do you want your offensive lineman?
Not if he's your starter.
Did you see that picture that T-Bob Hebert tweeted out yesterday?
No.
Emery in the. Can you pull this up? Go to T-Bob's. I want you to look at this, Coach, and I know you got to get out of here. I'll get you out of here real quick. But I want you to look at this picture that T-Bob Hebert tweeted out.
Yeah, Kayla's going to come after you, by the way.
Yeah, right. I know. I got to get you out of here. Of just this scenario for Emory Jones, and now he makes the play. But again, like I said, real time. Even when he gets up and he's celebrating, I'm thinking to myself, this is the wrong personnel. Like you don't. This isn't right.
I think too. One of the things is, when you go to you talk about your returners and stuff like that. I don't know if Keyshawn Butte can catch a punt or not. I don't know. I've never seen him do it. But at the same time, you get some of those guys, get them the ball, you know. And it just doesn't, yeah, I like that.
I mean, look at that.
He's a space player.
Look at that. Can you take down that lower third? Can you take down that? I mean, look at that.
But that's your starting right tackle.
He made that tackle.
But here's the thing. What happens if
get your athletes in space.
What happens if he pulls his hamstring running down?
Coach. I mean,
then your right tackle's out. I say that's a little scary to me. Now they're in the building there. They know it. They see a lot more than I'm seeing right now. I'm just telling you. So I'm saying that from a coaching perspective because it bothered me when people used to say, "Well, why aren't you playing this guy? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that?" Well, why don't y'all come hang out with us for the 16 hours a day we're doing it? So there's reasonings they're doing it. They get paid a lot of money to do it. I get it. It's frustrating, but I personally wouldn't have my starting right tackle out there like that. And I would have somebody like a Butte or, I would stay. I know Neighbors drop some punts. Work on it. Get him back there.
Right. He's a playmaker.
Yeah.
All right, Coach has got to get to carpool. We will see you this afternoon.
Carpool King.
That's it. That's right.
Sure,
there he
feet.
is. There you go. Coach Kyle Caskey with Caskey's Clicks. It'll be this will be routine, man. We'll be back with you this afternoon for more of an extended cut and dive into more of this discussion that we're talking about. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the comment button. We'll be back with more of the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet.
All right.
Donaldsonville Glass and Body, trusted name in frame, body, and automotive paint repair since 1977. They have served their customers for over 45 years. You can find them online at dgbauto.com or stop in and see them Railroad Avenue and Division Street out in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Look, they can help you with your insurance claims. They can make the repair process as stress-free as possible. I'm speaking from experience here. I've got numerous windshields, body repair, all done by Kenny and the crew over at Donaldsonville Glass and Body. They are, without question, the most well-equipped shop in the area. Stop in and see them today. Shop them online, dgbauto.com, or stop in and see the crew over in Division Street in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Red Stick Sports, a local staple in Baton Rouge to all sports fans, was founded back in 1981 and has remained a family business for over 40 years. Today, they still have the great selection on the floor, but they're also a leader in custom apparel for businesses, sports teams, and other groups. Take it from us, everybody over here at FM Digital Media. They help us out with all of our apparel. Let them help you out today. Go ask for Cody over at Red Stick Sports. Check him out online at redsticksports.biz. I was embarrassed about my smile. Are you unhappy at yours? Do you not smile back at yourself? I called my friend, Dr. Spillers, over at Johnson Spillers. He fixed my smile, and now everywhere I go, people are complimenting it after the work that Dr. Spillers and the staff did to my mouth. They can do it to yours. Get in touch with them. JohnsonSpillers.com. 2 locations, one in Gonzales, one in Baton Rouge. Easy to find them, JohnsonSpillers.com. We love the crew over at Fresh Chef Kitchen. Chef Shane and his crew dropping off the meals every Monday here to FM Digital Media, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner. Me or the crew's going through our meals over at Fresh Chef Kitchen. Their weekly pre-order freshly made meals, or you can walk into the cooler over there on Airline Highway. They have that fresh, same service over there at Fresh Chef Eats. FreshChefEats.com is where you can find them online. Fresh Chef Kitchen. Tell them you heard it right here on the Jordy Culotta Show.
In a wreck, Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys is ready to go to work for you. Come meet your team.
I'm your intake specialist. I coordinate your case and connect you with your attorney and paralegal.
That's us, your legal team.
Thanks.
And we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve.
I'm your settlements and disbursement manager, and I'm here to get you paid on time.
I'm attorney Gordon McKernan. Put our team to work today. Just call us. Get it done.
Sports with it.
It's just like anything else. I mean, I don't want to get into hyperbole, but it's, everything is. I mean, frankly, I'm still worried more about concussions. We don't talk about it much anymore, but, we've kind of helped solve it in a lot of ways and make the game a lot safer. So anytime we have existential threats, which this one could or could not be, we just deal with it, and we will deal with it. It's just part of the game. And, I don't mind a lot of what's come out of this movement of doing more for the student athletes, but like anything else, it boomerangs a little too far, and you got to swing it back into what we do for the student athletes, and it's a hell of a lot, and I'm proud of that fact that we are leaders in doing that, but we're going to do it right. The Tiger Athletic Foundation and in partnership, obviously, hand in hand with what we do, funded a master plan study because I wanted to see, hey, what we needed, and I just didn't want my opinion. I've been a few places, and I have a good one, I think, but you just want to see how and what our needs are, and so we're in that process of looking at it, and obviously the PMAC is 50 years old this year, and probably needs some updating. It's got good bones, and maybe we can see what we can do with that. Same thing with all that, property that we have both down Nicholson and where we are currently on Nicholson and North Stadium. Is that, hey, is this the proper use and best use for that? And hand in hand with the university and what we do with TAF, we'll make those decisions, and we'll be prudent and thinking about what and how we do. Yeah, it's kind of weird in a perverse way, Jordy, you know me well, is that I kind of relish it. I do like it. I'm one of the few people that embraces it, and we're very lucky at LSU to have it, to be where we are and to be able to do that. I mean, I can't say that for everyone in the business because it is unsettling in a lot of ways, but for us, change is a good thing, and I think we're going to be the beneficiary of it, and it's not gonna stop. It's just going to keep on going. Yeah. And I'd be lying to you if I told you I had a crystal ball and could tell you what was going on, what's going to happen. But it's we're going to be here, and we're going to embrace it, and we're going to take advantage of it the best we can. Yeah, it's kind of.
All right, Jacques going to be here in the 8 o'clock hour, which gives us an opportunity to answer your mailbag questions now. If you got some opportunities, jump inside of the chat. We will answer your mailbag questions out, or you can call us.
Where's the
at 225-229-7741, Rove Camara, 225-229-7741 is how you can be involved. Have a take, don't suck. Make sure you give us your name and where you're calling from. I know that I owe our boy Cuz down in the parish. I owe him. We owe him some merch.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, merch. You got away with one there.
I thought
Phillip,
so too.
Is he Philip?
Yeah, Philip.
You need to email me your address and your size, please. I mean,
into the earth.
Your size.
Why does it have to be sexual? Is that sexual?
I don't know.
Katie@jordyculotta.com. Email
That's
me.
y'all's two little thing.
Sex?
Everything.
Big thing.
It's
Yeah.
sexual.
Yeah.
I mean, around the office, there's nothing that
around the office.
Around the office, it's just sex.
I mean, just sex all the time.
Like
nothing can be taken serious.
We make eye contact and it's over.
It's over. We were texting last night.
I know.
That might be hard. It has to be.
It is like that.
All right.
It
Always
is like
hard.
that.
Yeah, right.
Our nighttime texts are very interesting.
Jeez.
I just want to watch a good
Bet you
movie.
David's like, who are you texting? Like, what friend am I? It's Lloyd. It's my gal pal Lloyd. Gavin over here.
I'll be like in public, like laughing at my phone, and people are like, "Who are you texting?" I'm like, "I'm texting Lloyd. Leave me alone."
I'm working it over here. Dude, Rebecca gets so upset. It's like, you're just on your phone all the time. Like, I'm talking to my people. Like,
Just leave me alone,
yeah,
lady.
I got friends.
I need Lloyd to hear this.
It is funny how we all think of each other for certain
is.
things. Like, hold on, real quick.
Gotta text Lloyd real quick.
I'm dead.
Hit that like button, share button, comment button if you don't mind. We're going to answer your mailbag questions. Jump in here inside of the chat, or as we encourage you, give us a call, 225-229-7741. Stewie, how are we looking on voicemails?
Sometimes they send some in.
Yeah, like that. There's one from Friday.
Yeah, they'll just.
Yeah, let's check it.
Sunday and this morning at
I can't-
6:51.
Let's check it.
I can't wait for and like LSU home, maybe loss, couple Saturday night voicemails. Like, I'm calling Culotta.
Let me call Jordy.
Yeah,
real
make
quick.
sure you store the number in
We
your phone.
got Cordell saved in there, and I think Jeff and Kenner saved in there. We got 2 regulars.
But make sure y'all store the number in y'all's phone so you'll
Oh,
always
yeah.
have it so you can call anytime. You don't have to just call on a Wednesday morning. You can call on Saturday night. You can call
We
anytime
might
you want.
answer.
Yeah,
Who
right.
knows? Take that phone
Just
home.
leave the voicemail.
Oh, God.
We should take it home and just answer. Start talking to people.
If you make that promise, that thing will light up.
Hey Jordy, how do you feel about the quarterback situation?
J. Dave seems like he likes to run a lot.
He runs a little too much for me. I don't like it.
I mean, I was in the stands, and I see people running wide open.
All right, we good over there? We plugged in? All right,
Bill Polian, thanks for calling.
Yeah, right.
He's a running back.
Yeah, this is T-Ray from Kentucky. I had a question. With the amount of high-profile guests and people around you, do you ever see yourself back on ESPN or maybe even the SEC network? Have a good day, guys.
Hey,
no. Thank you, T-Ray. I don't know. I don't know if the line is necessarily open still for the ESPN outlet here locally. But I have definitely been in touch with the SEC network about doing play-by-play basketball for a while. For a while.
Yeah.
Like if they needed these like regional games and they're always looking for like play-by-play. I mean, I've put my name, but there's a lot of qualified people in the area.
Well, and do they know your story when you got the uniforms confused and which team was which?
No, they do not.
That's always my fear.
That would not be my. That would not be my audition tape.
I don't worry about you going back to ESPN Radio, but my fear always is SEC Network or somebody's going to call you and you're going to be like, bye,
I think he would have to he would take us all with us, right?
Would
For
you?
sure. Yeah,
Would
I mean,
you?
I hope so.
Gotta take the
that wasn't 100% yet.
Maybe not everybody.
It
but-
was not.
No,
The
I'm
whole
kidding,
crew
I'm
is
kidding.
I'm just
coming.
gonna just live here. It's like you've been evicted. Nah,
next
prove it.
call. Who we got?
Opelousas.
It's Matt.
Restart this
Is
thing.
that Ron?
What's up, Jordy and crew? It's Matt. I'm from Opelousas. On his props on the check compares with a lot of things wrong.
Oh, man.
You every only thing you can say with me. You said he would be starting by Mississippi State and he won't get the field. And I don't see them taking the field. He's special. Also, KD, your shoe game is second to none. And I have a question for you. How do you feel about Mike Leach? Are you content with him, or would you like...
He's rehashing the wound.
You are reopening a wound. Thank you. Is that all? Is it
Yeah,
over?
it's all.
Thanks. I agree with you. My shoe game's important to me. Thank you for noticing.
Now take them off.
Yeah.
I love Mike Leach. It's not his fault. If y'all saw the video that I sent to the crew, you would know that I said Mike Leach deserves better than this. I love him. I think he's amazing. I think he's a genius.
Time to recruit better.
What? I think he recruits fine. It's not Mike Leach. He's not the problem.
There was nothing, dude. There was nothing funnier than him looking at that little piece of paper on the side. I was like, I got nothing on here. I need more room. I
didn't have a damn thing.
I know that they're going to play number 40 all night.
Yeah, who's this? Yeah.
Sheesh,
I was in Arizona for half the week, and now they
block
come
number
out
18 at all. I don't think they can block this guy.
They come out with Emory Jones at right tackle and on special. He's like, oh, I didn't know they had these players. I was not prepared.
I love Mike, but I could see someone younger, maybe a little more mobile, being a college football coach. Maybe now it's time for that. Maybe Kevin O'Connell.
Wow.
Oh,
I get it.
Look at you.
Maybe Lane Kiffin.
I get it.
No.
You wouldn't take Lane Kiffin.
Hell
Oh,
no.
Katie,
you're blinded
I thought
by
you said you didn't like Mississippi State anymore.
Please. I didn't say I didn't like
You're
Mississippi State
you're
anymore. I said we were on a
blinded.
break.
Okay.
I said we were on a break.
You're seeing other
blinded
people.
by
Lane
the-
Kiffin, it's not the Ole Miss thing. Y'all need to get over that. I've never liked Lane Kiffin, and y'all freaking haven't either. You hated
Oh.
him at Alabama. Come on.
Yeah,
I didn't. I
like
hated him
that.
because he
Hated
was
him at
awesome.
Alabama.
Yeah, I like the guy.
Yeah, I hated him because
I don't
He's
love
throwing
him.
his play sheet 30 seats up in the stands.
Yeah. With the ball hadn't even left the quarterback's hand yet. And touchdown.
God, what a piece of memorabilia.
I know.
And
Kiffin's play sheet.
the golf ball. He still has-
He
look
still has
what
it.
happened to me.
Look at this.
I mean, he's funny.
And a win.
I'm not denying that, but I don't care for him really that much. But remember when I did?
He's
Remember when I
skinnied
had
up.
a dream about him, and then
Yeah.
I thought, oh my god,
It could be the one.
it could be the one. And then I got over it like in a couple of days.
The Lane train. Driving through the night. Next voicemail. Who we
Change
got?
my sheets.
That's a tough train to be on, Katie. This is from Gonzalez.
All right.
Jordy, this is Buddy Cagle. I'm from Cinema, Louisiana, and I wanted to ask, when are you going to be able to interview Coach Will Wade? And I wanted to let you know I'm the residential manager at Big River Glass off Tom Drive, so if you need any glass work, give me a call and I'll take care of it.
That's free plug.
What a great
What an idea.
businessman.
There's a
Y'all
sponsor
do,
for
Lord,
Caskey's
my
Clicker.
guy. Y'all keep doing y'all do. Love it. Peace.
Kegel, what a businesman. What a
love it.
business mind you got.
So savvy.
I got I'm gonna call you back, man. I respect your style. We're gonna talk to Will Wade after his hearing with the NCAA. As we've said, I think Wade. I know he's done a local interview here, but I think he was speaking just about facilities, and he wouldn't jump. We want the interview where it's the tell all.
When's the damn hearing?
They're gonna delay it and mess with him as much as possible. I mean, they've now got him literally by the balls. You know what I mean? Like
I can't do anything.
I mean, like they've just got him hanging out.
I know.
So
You just stay there, Will.
Fucking fired,
him.
Jordy.
yeah.
I miss him.
All right. Any more questions over there?
Hey, Will Wade was a big help for our video calls to get those things rolling.
Yeah, that's right.
What you doing? Nothing. I'm fucking fired, Jordy.
Yeah, that's right.
Just sitting on the couch, like I got all the time in the world, boys. Y'all just let me know when y'all are ready. Like we don't know what we're doing over here. Just hang with this coach.
Some questions for Shay in here, too.
Nice. Nice.
We'll ask him away.
Don't forget about Shay's Recruiting Hour, the Power Hour segment coming up at you this morning at 10 a.m. right here on the station. Brought to you by Lance Beal, attorney at law. That'll be 10 a.m. this morning, hosted by Stewie, Lloyd, and the boys.
Nice.
And Shay will be through here at 10 a.m. talking a little recruiting.
Shay, I really need you to carry that segment. Need a little more from you.
Shay?
Yeah. Looking to me a lot. And I'm like, Shay, I don't know anything about this. I'm just here. I just have just getting us to the break. I'm getting us to the Beal read.
Then we hit him with the Tackett Curtis decommitted, and he's like,
And
you sure? You serious?
He
did. Fell for it?
Yeah, he was like, wait, are y'all for real?
Wow.
And he's like, oh my God. He goes,
was
Tackett lives in my head rent free.
A little bit of PTSD there for Shay. All right, so you got an opportunity to call in. We can answer your mailbag questions inside of the chat as well, #mailbag. But LSU did announce their 2023 schedule yesterday, and it will again open up on Labor Day weekend, and LSU will have that primetime slot on Sunday afternoon going into the holiday, and they'll be down in Orlando. Return trip here from their trip from the game in New Orleans this past season, as LSU will be making the return trip over to Orlando on September 3rd to open up the season next year. LSU played Southern in week 1 this season, in week 2 this season. They will play Grambling at home in week 2 next year. I would think that they might take a lesson. I thought that they were going to and maybe switch the weekends of the weeks 1 and 2. I thought that they would probably try to get to week 0 next year with Florida State on the schedule, and after seeing some of the struggles that they had this past season. But the way that the schedule is set up now is that they will play Florida State.
Why? Why are they open with them again?
I think that was a deal that was agreed upon in the when they put the game together. Was a home and home, something as like, we'll come to Louisiana if you guys come back to Florida, and they'll do that, in a 2-year consecutive deal. But my criticism would be, or just kind of critique of it would be, after what you saw this past year, where you learned a lot about your football team in real action, kind of like real time. You were finding out this is, you may not do this well, you may do this really good. You might want to find that out against, a team that you beat. Would they beat Southern 65-19, something, whatever it was.
67, something crazy.
I just remember Marwan.
Right.
It'll be different next year, though. No new coaches.
Maybe so.
Everybody will be more seasoned.
But it's a hell of a gamble to take.
It feels like LSU's going to beat the brakes off of Florida State next year after having a little continuity from this year. But you can't add the game. Answer the phone. Yeah, answer.
Answer the damn phone.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
What's up, my man Jordy? It's Clint from the Paris.
I knew I was going to be hearing from you this morning, Clint. You got me, bro. You got me.
Hey,
you got me.
Hey, one thing, dude. I don't have no social media, bro. I'm a fisherman, dude. I sell my fish to the dock. I don't have no email, no Facebook, no nothing.
Like Barker Brothers.
I love your style, bro. Now, how do I get this merch to you, though? Where am I going to mail it to?
I mean, I can give you my
Venice Marina?
my mailing address. When you don't click it online, because I don't want them ex-old ladies. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that, bro. You got a lot of groupies out there. I know you do, cuz.
Text it to the phone line.
All right, we got another one coming in. What's on your mind?
Yeah. I got a question for you, man. I know everybody's high on Jaden Daniels. I watched the game 3 times last night because my wife she got a little drunk. And I was knocking down some fence posts, and she gets on that fireball. She can't handle it. So I was watching all our receivers running wide open downfield. Is it just me? No. I mean, I don't know if y'all watch it, and everybody loves Jaden Daniels because he runs and this and that. I want my quarterback to throw the ball to my receivers. And I mean, I hope he grows into that quarterback that can throw to these wide open wide receivers. I'm watching Malika Davis. I'm watching Booty run across. in the back of the end zone. I'm watching Brian Thomas pass the first down mark 5 or 6 times wide open. I mean, he's throwing out of bounds. I mean, he's throwing. It's like he's not accurate. And I remember watching Drew Brees all of these years. I mean, I just turned 49 years old. I've been fishing my whole life, but I'm a big football fan. And he always said the most important thing of being quarterback is being accurate. Yeah. And he's not accurate. Yeah. So I don't know. And I know all these other clowns think he's the greatest thing to slice bread because he runs the first downs. And I like the guy. I think he's a nice guy, but he's not accurate.
Oh, you know him?
I feel you, Phil. I feel you. We talked a little bit about it on Monday morning.
That's just my opinion, because I know when I say that on, other people get pissed, but I don't give a shit.
No, you don't.
He's just not accurate. I don't know how I can get you my address if you want me to. If you want to text or whatever.
Text it to the show phone.
Text the show phone.
I'll text it to you, man. But
and your size.
I wanted your opinion on that. If you watch some of the, I'm watching receivers run wide open, man, and he's like, he throws the ball out of bounds, goes in behind him. I always hear these great quarterbacks, Troy Aikman and these other guys say the most important thing as a quarterback is accuracy. And can he learn that? I doubt it. He's been playing for how long? How long running at 180 pounds is he going to last when Will Anderson and these boys start hitting him really hard? I don't think he's going to last half the season. That's all I got, man. I appreciate it. And Tell Lloyd to keep smoking that rope, man. It's not good for him. It's keeping him young.
Thank you, sir.
All right, now we'll see you, Phil. Make sure text us your address.
Text us.
All right, man.
Later, baby.
Troy Aikman.
What a bull.
I mean, he started slipping into tongues, and he went straight pitch post.
He did. I love it.
Accuracy.
Accuracy.
No, we talked about
Seems
it.
like a nice guy.
Yeah. I like the dude. I like the dude
very
personally.
nice.
He's going fishing.
He seems
with
like
you.
a nice guy.
It's not bad at all.
Yeah, right. It's okay. It's okay. No, we talked a little bit about it on Monday, Clint. You know what I mean? Like, trust the throwing game. I was in the stadium. I saw the same thing you did. I saw Malik Neighbors running by himself. I saw Jack Besh come out of a couple of breaks early on where he was open and could have converted some third downs. Brian Thomas was open a couple of times. They just, and I agree with you on the running. I think that Daniels needs to be a part of the rushing attack for LSU. I think that makes their running game as good as it can be, but there needs to be design runs where he can be smart with his body, protect himself. And, what's going to get him ultimately in trouble, in my opinion, is what you're talking about, his lack of trust that he has in throwing the ball, because he'll get back on that fifth step, third step, and as soon as he plants it, if he doesn't like what he sees, he just takes off, and he takes off in the middle of the field. And, 14 runs in the SEC is not the formula. It's not the recipe to keep your quarterback healthy through 12 regular season weeks. It's hard to do that. So, especially when he was 170 pounds.
I like the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, what a life! What a life that Clint lives. Like, he's just hammered this early in the morning, then he sleeps it off, wakes up, does his work, goes to fish, and it's just his whole day is backwards, and it's incredible. I'm kind of jealous.
No email.
Who did we miss?
No Facebook.
Half a wife. Call him. She got on that fireball, threw a hot dog at me.
It's a Shreveport number.
Let's call him back.
Call him back.
I think it's Will. He was in here saying he called.
Who?
Will Burton.
I'll wait till your answers.
I think he had a question about Harry Perkins, Harold Perkins.
Harry Perkins.
I guess it could be Harry Perkins, right?
Oh, I kind of like that.
I do too.
It's not ringing anymore.
I muted it. A little loud.
I hope it's Will England.
JC Show.
Will.
Will, is this you?
This is Will. Sorry I didn't leave a voicemail. My question was...
know the assignment, bro.
But he also knows we're going to call him back.
Yeah, you're good, Will.
I got to get down to duty. I got duty at 8:10. I'm a teacher up in Shreveport.
Oh, wow. What school?
Northwood High School.
What do you teach?
Speech 1 and Speech 2.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
I had a time.
We need your services. What's the question?
Wait, yeah, you must coach.
Yeah, you gotta be a coach.
A little bit here and there.
Yeah.
Sounds like the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Give him speech 1 and 2.
Yeah, right. And sometimes he'll make it to 2.
He needs to be at the practice field by 11. That's all we need to worry
Got
about.
class at 8:10 and he's on the phone at 8:08.
What we got? What's your question?
Question is, what are the chances we either get Mason Taylor or Harold Perkins on? Excited about that.
Yes, good on both. We have talked to both of them. We have made contact with both of them, and Harold just signed a deal with the G Squad, and we're working that out. And Mason Taylor, talking to him, he wants to get a little bit more of his freshman season under his belt before he kind of speaks to the media, which when he and I were talking about that, I firmly agreed. I said, whenever you're ready. So whenever he's kind of ready to come on, probably looks like the bye week might make sense for him to come on. And, we're just we're rolling the dice on Harry P, bro. Whenever Perk can show up, we're all in.
Yeah, we'll take the Perk.
Pop a Perk.
Absolutely. I have one more thing I would like to add. I want to throw some compliments to the Carpool Queen. She got me hooked up with some gear, and it's en route right now, so I'm pumped up.
Thank you for ordering.
Willie, keep those boys in line. Keep those ladies and gentlemen in line this morning. We'll talk to you soon.
FaceTime
Yes,
us
sir.
from
Y'all have a
class
good day.
one day.
Later. Oh, wow. A nice assignment.
All right, bye.
Later,
Thank
buddy.
you, Will.
All right, I'm walking in. Y'all sit down and shut the fuck up. Lloyd, want to hear it out.
I'm working on a game plan for Friday night. Y'all do whatever the hell you want. Just keep your mouths shut.
He's got to be in class right now, right? It's 8:09.
He's about.
He's at school.
He said 8:10.
Oh, he was walking into the classroom, no
Okay,
doubt,
okay.
and he's about to pull up Caskey's clicker while they read 2 chapters of a book.
And he's like, I was on the phone on business.
I got to take this. Y'all sit. I'll be right back.
I'm so happy he ordered gear. That was very nice.
I love that man.
The
so
story's starting to come out on this Brett Favre thing. Favre's in trouble.
Oh,
Yeah, he's in trouble.
Favre, he's going to jail.
Text messages
He's going to
again.
jail.
Get him again.
Yeah.
If it's not a dick pic, it's something incriminating with the former governor of Mississippi.
No doubt.
Am I in trouble?
Was this Phil Bryant?
Yes.
And then he asks, is it Nancy New?
Oh,
I
yeah,
believe
she's
is
going
the
to
lady.
jail.
Well, no, she's not going to jail because she's now singing.
Yeah.
Oh.
She released all the
They
text
took
messages.
she took a plea bargain.
Well, yeah.
which obviously. I mean, she was hit with 13 felonies.
Yeah, Orange is the New Black for her.
Yeah, right.
He's like,
And
I
she's
feel
like
so much better with
she's
this
like a
coming from
wealthy business. You know what I mean? She's like, whatever I got to do.
I'm
You know
calling
what
a
I mean?
lawyer.
Like,
Yeah.
tell me what I need to do.
And it feels like Brett's broke.
I mean, he's acting like he's broke.
Yeah.
Well, he's
Like,
acting like he
taking
can
this-
kind of do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He's gotten away with so much, so long, and certainly in Mississippi.
But like when the green lights start to come in, Favre hits Nancy with a text like, will the media be able to tell where this money came from?
certainly after this text message.
And Nancy's like, no, I think we're all good
Stupid.
there. Yeah, I mean, like, hey, Brett, it's public money, you dumbass.
God.
What do you mean to get? I mean, you don't think somebody's gonna be asking questions? I mean, this girl, I believe it's. Let me get the reporter's
I'm
name.
trying to look
It's
it up,
something
too.
Rice. Is out of the Mississippi. It's a small. The Daily Mississippi is the name of it, and
Or is it Mississippi Today?
it's something like that.
Yeah,
So-
the nonprofit founder Nancy New.
Yes.
Hashtag Nancy New.
I know, isn't that
And
an
Wolf.
interesting name?
Anna Wolf is the
Anna Wolf.
Oh yeah.
Anna Wolf is her name. From the publication is
Mississippi Today.
Mississippi Today. Ann Wolf, and this is
I love
like
how you shortened her name already.
she is. What's her name?
Anna Wolf.
Oh, Anna.
Annie?
It would be weird if you didn't shorten it. That's
Right.
what you do.
Just
It's
have his
going to be
name on him.
A.
Yeah, no, it's unbelievable, bro.
Yeah, he literally
It's
said, if you were to pay me, is there any way the media can find out where it came from and how much? What
But
the
I mean,
hell?
like Nancy's even like, no, we're good.
No, we've never had that information publicized. I understand you being uneasy about that, though. Let's see what happens on Monday with the conversation.
I mean, if you're Nancy, well, now Nancy Drew, you have to be like, Brett, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, throw your
mean,
phone in the river.
Don't answer the text.
Yeah,
even.
exactly.
He's like, okay, thanks.
Well, I mean, it just shows you how arrogant
I know.
they were.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
they misspent. I guess is that the term? I mean, like they, embezzled.
Yeah.
$77 million.
Yeah.
I
It's,
mean,
it's
like,
unreal.
It is now not Favre.
Right.
Favre's on the hook for like
Right.
$5 million for a
Volleyball.
facility,
Volleyball
a
facility.
volleyball facility on Southern Miss's campus, and then they needed more money. Like once they got into the project, Favre's like, "We ain't got enough cash.
What do we got to do
And
to
he's
get?
like, "What
What
are
do
we
we
gonna
have to do to get
And-
this
and
done?
Nancy's like, it's probably gonna look a little shady if we throw more money on top of it. And Favre's like, how about I cut radio spots and y'all pay me $1 million? and Nancy's like, all right, screw it. Why
Sounds
not?
like a plan.
Yeah,
Sounds
we're
like
in.
Sounds like last
Let's
night.
do
I
it,
mean, like,
Brett.
look at his text message after the 2.5 million hits.
Yes.
He's like, hey, Nancy, Santa Claus stopped by last night.
Drop the
Yeah,
bag.
he's like, thank you very much. We need to get together and cut those spots.
I love how they ended.
Sounds like yesterday.
I mean,
He-
exactly.
they put it all out there. Wow, just got off the phone with Phil Bryant. He's on
The
board.
governor.
We will get this done.
That's the
awesome.
governor.
I needed to hear that for sure. So everything's okay then for him.
Yeah,
He's like,
once he
oh,
is the
good.
governor,
We're
I mean-
all good now.
I'm actually shocked there's not a dick pic in this.
I know.
Like that it didn't
One for you,
escalate.
Nancy.
Yeah, on the way out.
Someone's
Nancy.
leaking your text messages, dude. Like, it's going to happen again.
Remember Jen?
It's
We're
ridiculous.
not
Boy,
setting
coach.
ourselves up in a good spot to get Favre on the show here now that his
we're
daughter
not.
plays on the sand volleyball team. But my God, man. I mean,
know.
Brett.
Well,
really, bro.
Our phone would just be like, "You've got a collect call from." Will you accept the charges?
We accept the charges.
Brett.
No way Favre goes to jail in Mississippi, though, right?
No.
No shot.
No way.
No, he's too big of a hero.
I mean, he could do just about anything over there, right? I mean,
Yeah,
he's
in
robbing
Hattiesburg?
from the poor.
Yes.
Immunity.
I mean, like, he
Yeah.
is stealing from the poor. I
Yeah.
mean, if y'all aren't 50th, we are. You know, I mean, we're
Right.
battling for
Exactly.
who has the the lowest poverty line.
Are you saying y'all to me?
I'm
like
saying
Mississippi?
Mississippians.
It is.
I mean, it's a battle of 50
It
between
is.
us and
All-
you.
every
You
year.
know what I mean?
Top
It
50.
is.
Right? So I mean,
So proud. So proud.
Yeah,
One
top
of
50.
the-
50 out of 50, baby.
one of the most, I mean, if not Mississippi's most recognizable, at least athlete,
Absolutely.
is, and this
Yeah.
isn't the first
Current
time
day, yeah.
that he's been caught up in scandal.
He's always caught up in scandal.
But not even, I'm not talking about the dick pic stuff. I'm
Yeah.
talking about like stealing from the state.
Yeah, there was another thing. What
like
happened before this?
he started a medical
He did. That's right.
prescription company.
Oh,
right.
of course
We
he
talked
did.
about
That
that
man
like a
loves
year or so
Vicodin.
ago.
He was, and he got the state, he got Bryant,
Mm-hmm.
the governor, to become, he got like the state to invest into the medicine.
He must send Phil Bryan a lot of dick pics.
He thought
And-
he went to
Like
Minnesota.
it came out like,
It's
that,
the Minnesota
like the
Vicodins.
company was like fraudulent. You know what I mean? But like nobody really paid
Yes.
attention to it. Nobody really paid. But I mean, it's not the first time that he has been like accused.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like outed almost has been like, bro, you're breaking the law.
Yeah.
He's a
You know?
terrible criminal.
He is.
Awful.
Like you're.
But I think it goes more of what Katie is saying of he doesn't even probably consider himself a criminal, even though he is. It's just more of I can do whatever I
Yes,
want.
everyone worships him,
Brett
so he
Favre.
just gets
Yeah,
away
right.
with it.
And I mean, like from if you read kind of like the backstory of Phil Bryant, the governor, I mean, he's just a fanboy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He
Like
absolutely
that's
is.
all he really is. He wants to do Brett Favre a favor. So, you know, when him and Favre a decade from now go into that Southern Miss volleyball facility, they can all, you know, just kind of appreciate you, Phil. Yeah, that's my guy. You know, like that's all really Phil wanted to from it seems like to come out of this was that, you know, like I did Brett Favre a favor.
I'm Brett Favre's friend.
Yeah.
Look at all this copper fit I have.
And Wranglers.
Yeah, hell
Lifetime
yeah.
supply of Wranglers.
Hey, you want to cut one more of those jean spots? I'll go catch a pass for you,
God.
Brett.
So ridiculous.
How did Jerry Rice end up on those commercials? I get why Favre is. I mean, Favre sounds like he would pimp anything, but I
He
mean,
does, and he
that
does it
has
all
got to
from
be
his
a
own
low
property.
point for Favre and Rice to be playing a pickup, two-hand touch football game
Because Jerry
on
was like, hey,
television
take the money.
and like celebrating the score. I mean, like if the director was to hand me the script, I'd be like, you know, I'm fucking Jerry Rice, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm not playing pickup football
In your
on the back of a
backyard.
pickup truck.
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable here.
I mean, I'll put this elbow sleeve on if you want, but I'm not playing two-hand touch football with a bunch of frat guys. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the best wide receiver that's ever existed on the planet.
Brett has Jerry running routes against him while Brett's taking their wallet. He's like, oh, let me get $20 out of this guy's wallet, put it over here. Thank
And
you
I
very
know
much.
Jerry
His
Rice
credit
is from
card.
Mississippi.
Yeah.
Like, I know he's from Mississippi.
Right.
I get it. But, I mean, it looks like a Wrangler ad.
It's
You know what I mean?
bizarre.
Like, it looks like vintage Favre. And then you're like, is that Jerry Rice?
It's strange. The whole thing is strange.
People from Mississippi are strange.
There are a lot of strange ones
Except
from
you, Katie.
Mississippi. Thank
Mi-
you.
Mr. Fence Post.
She claims Louisiana now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's from Louisiana.
Fence Post would have loved that combination, though. Brett Favre to Jerry Rice.
Oh,
If you could
no.
ever got them together, I mean.
Seems like a backyard barbecue.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I got the fence post.
Got me some jeans.
Oh my
Copper fit. Shit, I couldn't work if I didn't have it.
Man, Favre, dude, though, he's in
know.
trouble.
He
Man.
is.
I don't even know what that means, though, for
I
him.
don't think
I
that
don't
he'll go
either.
to. It feels like he is broke, though. I mean, like, how much money did Brett Favre make?
Over $100 million.
No. He signed multiple $100 million deals. I mean, he was a 3-time MVP
Jets.
when free agency was popping. I mean, that Minnesota deal that he signed. I mean, I'd say he made $180 million playing football.
It says his net worth is $100 million
million.
right now.
Well,
He's
yeah,
100 million
that's
right
not his
now.
money. Borrowing it. He'll pay it back.
There's so many people searching for this right now, which is so awesome.
Yep.
It's like it tells you like how many, like when it was last searched, everybody's wondering what he's worth.
I mean,
It's a shame.
it is, man.
It really is.
I mean, because he sounds desperate
Yeah.
on those text messages for the money.
Well, he's in too deep. Once he got to
Yeah.
that point, he's like, wait. But at that point, if it's $5 million and you have $100, wouldn't you just be like, I'll put it up?
Yes.
Yes,
Like-
that's the thing.
Right. Like, that's what I don't understand about, like, the uber rich.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, $100 million is wealthy,
I
right?
know.
Like, I mean, like that's wealth,
Right.
Like that's generational wealth. I can take care of my grandkids. You know, like if I invest this correctly, my grandkids shouldn't have to really worry about a lot, right? Like, I mean, you can handle it how you want, but if you invest $100 million, you can take care of a couple of generations.
Exactly.
So if it means this much for my daughter to play in a good facility at Southern Miss, and I went there and I got $100 million in the bank, and they're asking for $6. Here's $6 and put my name on it, and I'm good with it.
And it could probably be a tax write-off.
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, do you want to
maybe it's a
go
greed
through
thing.
all of this trouble to, like, potentially, you might not get caught, Brett. You know what I mean? Like, you're Mississippi's favorite son. This could work out for you. But what if it doesn't? You know, like, what if somebody exists like Anna Wolf at Mississippi that doesn't care about you?
Actually wants to get you.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the biggest story that she's ever had in her life, and she's now going to go to the end of the earth to make sure that she crawls under every rock. This is old school reporting that's happening to Brett Favre. Like, this doesn't exist in a lot of towns anymore. This doesn't exist in a lot of communities anymore. What happened? Did you find
Something
that?
horrible came up on my computer screen.
Oh my God.
Favre's dick pic?
No,
it
it was.
I got off of it. It's
What?
Hentai Heroes. Oh God, it's taking me to the website. It's asking me to consent.
Don't consent.
This is so scary.
Katie's watching cartoons.
I don't even know what to do. I think I just got viruses. Oh my God.
From Brett Favre?
Yes.
Katie, NDIN real quick.
I'm
See
so
that?
scared. I gotta get out of this.
It's Omega all over again.
That was so shocking.
She just goes, look at this.
I had to show it to
And
somebody.
the
Thank God you were
cartoon.
here. I would have to FaceTime you. It was cartoons, like
cartoon
sex
butthole.
cartoons. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I was Googling stuff about Brett Favre and it just took over my screen.
Wow. Favre's paying the bots now.
Yeah.
Like, block any Google search of my name.
He's got Epstein.
How do you want us to
on
do
it?
it, Brett? Do it with cartoon porn. I don't care.
But this is actually my search history, so just take that. If Brett's into cartoon porn, that would be awesome.
Edward Underwood, she's not out to get him. She's only doing her job. No, that's what
No
I'm
shit.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Yet. I'm not saying that because Brett Favre is in this story that Anna Wolf is doing her job more intensely. I'm just saying that Anna Wolf was doing her job and she kicked this story up.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the way that they got caught doing this was over some like $40,000 discrepancy. Like, it was over something like she went to the director of this part of the state. This is welfare money. It's a kind of a social welfare security blanket, security net for I forgot about Jacques.
He's just been over there chugging water.
Jacques, my bad, buddy. Let's talk about this more with Jacques. Jacques from WAFB.
I was
is
wondering
here.
what you were trying to fill to get to. I thought he was coming on at
That's
8:30.
my fault.
Yeah, I
That's
thought
my
you were
fault.
trying to push to 8:30 too.
It's your fault, Jacques. We'll be back with more of the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Ben
I'll play
Chevrolet.
the hentai game all day long.
Hunter Fournette. Break.
Hey fellas, it's Jordy Culotta for my friends over at Men's Total Health. Guys, do you suffer from fatigue, decreased libido, erectile dysfunction, weight gain or loss of muscle mass, signs of depression, anxiety, hair loss, mental fog, general loss of interest? Then you might be suffering from low testosterone. Go see my friend Mike Roach and his great team over at Men's Total Health, over in Metairie at menstotalhealth.net, online. Stop in and see how they can change your life today. A simple shot and some knowledge from Mike Roach can get you back up, moving with your energy, get your sex drive back, build your muscle mass, make you feel young again. All online, menstotalhealth.net.
Looking to book a dumpster but no idea how? We've made it quick and easy for you. Check out our website at moralesrolloffs.com. Let Morales Roll-Offs know your desired delivery date, and finally, provide your contact details. To make payment, look out for an email invoice with all your booking details. On delivery day, our driver will notify you through text and email that your dumpster is ready and on the way. Now you know how easy and convenient it is. Call Morales Roll-Offs at 225-427-0000 for your dumpster.
Hey, Baton Rouge, when traveling through Natchez, Mississippi, whether you need to fill up your vehicle or your belly, stop by Go-Mart and On The Go Deli. Go-Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you might need on your trip. So stop by Go-Mart at 4 Sergeant Prentice Drive as you're entering Natchez on the left, and visit Tom and Wright Granning and their awesome team at Go-Mart. Hey, Baton
Red Stick Sports, a local staple in Baton Rouge to all sports fans, was founded back in 1981 and has remained a family business for over 40 years. Today, they still have the great selection on the floor, but they're also a leader in custom apparel for businesses, sports teams, and other groups. Take it from us, everybody over here at FM Digital Media. They help us out with all of our apparel. Let them help you out today. Go ask for Cody over at Red Stick Sports. Check him out online at redsticksports.biz. I was embarrassed about my smile. Are you unhappy at yours? Do you not smile back at yourself? I called my friend, Dr. Spillers, over at Johnson Spillers. He fixed my smile, and now everywhere I go, people are complimenting it after the work that Dr. Spillers and the staff did to my mouth. They can do it to yours. Get in touch with them. JohnsonSpillers.com. 2 locations, one in Gonzales, one in Baton Rouge. Easy to find them, JohnsonSpillers.com. We love the crew over at Fresh Chef Kitchen. Chef Shane and his crew dropping off the meals every Monday here to FM Digital Media, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner. Me or the crew's going through our meals over at Fresh Chef Kitchen. Their weekly pre-order, freshly made meals, or you can walk into the cooler over there on Airline Highway. They have that fresh, same service over there at Fresh Chef Eats. FreshChefEats.com is where you can find them online. Fresh Chef Kitchen. Tell them you heard it right here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Hey fellas, it's Jordy Culotta for my friends over at Men's Total Health. Guys, do you suffer from fatigue, decreased libido, erectile dysfunction, weight gain or loss of muscle mass, signs of depression, anxiety, hair loss, mental fog, general loss of interest? Then you might be suffering from low testosterone. Go see my friend Mike Roach and his great team over at Men's Total Health over in Metairie at menstotalhealth.net online. Stop in and see how they can change your life today. A simple shot and some knowledge from Mike Roach can get you back up, moving with your energy, get your sex drive back, build your muscle mass, make you feel young again. All online, menstotalhealth.net. Welcome back to a Wednesday edition of the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. Remember to hit that like button, share button, comment button if you don't mind, as we are live on this Wednesday, brought to you by
our friends over at Go. Always online, GEAUX Chevrolet.com. Balin the Plug says, how do we ask Shay a question? You can text it into the show phone if you'd like at 225-229-7741. But Shay will be here at 10 a.m. Stewie, Lloyd, Shay will be here for a recruiting power hour brought to you by Lance Beal. And you can ask those questions live if you can make that programming at 10 a.m. But if you want them asked and can't listen live, and we'll go back to it. What's that?
Ask on Twitter as well.
Yeah, you can ask it on any social media. And hit him up at Shay Dixon. Hashtag Ask Shay. Jacques here every Wednesday from our friends over at WAFB. Jacques Doucet. Of course, you can follow him on Twitter at Jacques Doucet. Good to see you, buddy. Good morning. Sorry I made you wait out there. I apologize.
No, I was enjoying the Brett Favre story. I was getting all the nuggets, so yeah. I'm very disappointed. I grew up a huge Brett Favre fan. I mean, this was the Iron Man of the NFL. Didn't he set an NFL record for starts at quarterback? Never missed a game. Mr. Levi's, Mr. Good old All-American guy. Wrangler, excuse me.
Yeah, don't get his plug wrong.
Yeah, my
Don't come
bad.
after your ass. He might charge you for this, actually.
Who's that Jacques fella down there in Baton Rouge?
But I think you're right, too. He's the king of Mississippi, and this lady that's breaking, I mean, she's probably not making a ton of money and at her job, and for her to make this decision, we kind of joke around sometimes, like we're out maybe having a beer or something. Hey, if you had a bombshell story,
right,
would you break it?
Yeah.
And then your initials. Oh, of course, it's my journalistic integrity. But then you think about what I have to move away and. Better call Saul it out to move out of state and change my identity.
That's real, especially locally. Mm-hmm. Like if you ask that at a table full of people in New York, LA, Chicago, Miami, Dallas, Atlanta, big markets, 10 out of 10 are saying absolutely. I could care less about the backlash. I can live in my suburb. My kids can go to school. They won't know who it is, and I'm doing that. But if you live in Baton Rouge, you live in Hattiesburg, you live in Tuscaloosa, you live in College Station, you live in these SEC or just small college town, Boone, North Carolina. I don't know. I don't care where it is. And you decide to go against what the locals are believing, saying, and putting their money towards. That's going to be a tough life. Yeah, that's a tough life.
We did the best job we can, but sometimes people say, well, why are all these national people breaking these stories and the local people don't do it? Well, the local people don't have to go to the grocery store and,
pay tuition.
Right.
You know what I mean? And pay a mortgage.
The Sandusky thing at Penn State, no one locally broke that.
What happened to Penn State? What happened
so, it takes somebody from the outside sometimes to break the cult, so to speak, and to get the story out. But, disappointing thing. And then his daughter's supposed to be playing beach volleyball at LSU. So.
Right, and we'd love to get him on. I just don't think
talk about the 2009 NFC Championship game when you threw the ball to Tracy Porter. And
the high-low hit that day on that shot is one of the fiercest I've ever seen. It was Bobby McRae and Vilma, I think. Vilma stood him up, and McRae just sawed him down.
I remember Scott Fujita after the game in the locker room said our game plan was to knock the crap out of Brett Favre. Knock the crap. Anytime you get a chance, hit him.
Remember that picture of his ankle that surfaced 2 days after that game?
Wasn't his ankle.
And it looked like a grapefruit, man. All right, LSU has B.J. Ojulari, Jay Ward is the SEC Defensive Players of the Week. Emory Jones was here yesterday. He was a new offensive lineman that they shuffled up. You've seen all of this. What did you make of their performance on Saturday night?
Defensively, great job, obviously. I mean, for State to throw the ball 42 times and only get 214 out of that, and they only had 289 total offense, and 72 of that came on a couple of runs. LSU had the breakdown on the first touchdown. But I thought LSU flying around the football, and certainly Mississippi State, the game is already moving 100 miles an hour. But when Ojulari and Harold Perkins are speeding you up to get rid of the ball, and LSU won the game, and it was a big win. I think State, looking back, is going to be nauseated at looking at the film and the mistakes they made, dropping a lot of passes, the fourth down decisions. Mekhi Wingo in on 2 huge stops in the first half on fourth down. LSU special teams continue to be kind of a mess, but I think if you had to pick one play of the game, it'd be Slade Roy recovering the fumble on Mississippi State's fumbled punt there. They were up 16-10, and LSU was struggling on offense. So Big win for LSU, the first big win, not a huge win, but a first big win for Brian Kelly and company. Still some things offensively to work out. And from Mississippi State's perspective, Jordy, I was looking at their schedule, Katie. They have a home game against Bowling Green, a home game against Texas A&M, and a home game against Arkansas. I mean, if they would have won the LSU game, they were really set up to kind of have a special year. And so from there, and they kind of blew it a bit. LSU, certainly their strength and conditioning won the game. Armani, I guess that's why you keep running the ball, because eventually you may pop one, and Armani Goodwin did that late. So,
typical year for State.
Yeah.
Just when you have that chance. Just when you
God.
think you can
I
be
can't wait
good.
till Saturday, then we move past this
Go
after
back to
Saturday,
Mississippi
right?
You don't want to overlook Bowling Green.
No, I meant here. We're talking
Didn't
about
they
it on
beat
this show.
Right.
Like, we move on after Saturday.
Offensively, Jaden Daniels, 14 carries again in an SEC game. For the first time, you see him kind of holding his hip when he gets up, kind of wincing in pain. How do you think they manage him to keep him healthy?
You know, I was thinking LSU hadn't played a road game yet, and I was thinking back to the last, well, not the last time, but you remember Brandon Harris's first start? They started him at Auburn.
At Auburn.
And he ran one towards the sideline, and they hit him, and that just blew that whole stadium. And so that's what you kind of worry about when you go on the road, which they haven't yet, and your quarterback starts running and gets hit. That just kind of feeds the crowd, gasoline on the fire. But you know, I think Brian Kelly described it very well. We don't want to take away his electric plays.
Yeah.
But at the same time, do we have wide receivers running open and we're not getting them the ball? And so I think it's kind of a similar thing with the Saints. They're loaded at wide receiver, and the wide receivers aren't getting the ball enough too. So yeah, it's an interesting dynamic. I think, like you said, he's carrying the ball about 13 times a game. And so, Kayshawn, to think that Kayshawn Booty has less than 100 yards receiving total after 3 games that's not something you would have predicted. And I was told that Jack Besh played 3 plays total in the first half, and that was it. He was targeted once. 3 plays for Jack Besh. And I'm told he's healthy and running fine, that it's not the stress fracture or whatever. So that's an interesting dynamic. You don't want to be Brandon Cooks and be griping after you win, but at the same time, hey, this is the guy that caught 43 passes last year, and when he catches the ball, it's football. He's going to run into somebody. He's going to bring this blue-collar aspect to it, and I'd like to see him touch the ball more for sure.
What did you think of John Emery's debut?
I think Coach Kelly summed it up pretty well, too. There's being in shape is one thing, being in football shape is another. When he caught that swing pass, you could kind of see the rust falling off. He's grinding. He's doing his best, and I thought he ran as hard as humanly possible. I thought his stat line may not have been all that impressive, but I thought he gained every yard, every inch, and so it was good to see him back. And we're going to do a feature on Josh Williams this week too. And you talk about a great story in that case. He's been on the dean's list like every semester, like a 3.5 GPA. He's going to graduate coming up. He's going to have 2 years of eligibility left, too, after he graduates. So, he could be around for 6 years. But, he's been on the team for a long time, waited 4 years to score his first touchdown against Southern. And then his mom told me, she said, Frank Wilson said, if we give you the ball down here, you better score. You better score. And he found the end zone, on that, lunging over the goal line. Physical run, and got involved in the passing game. So they obviously don't have a Leonard Fournette back there, or a bell cow. They're doing the best with what they got. So
did I read that he was a standout baseball player?
Standout baseball player, also a standout basketball player. He was a point guard on this team that went to China during the summer and was coached by Akeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler and stuff, and played against like adults. I'm just giving away the whole story before it airs. Yeah, right. But played against like grown men that were like in their 20s and 30s and won and stuff. And so, they felt like that's how he kind of flew under the radar, because he wasn't doing these football camps and everything during the summer. He played baseball too on they won the World Series, like on what you watch on ESPN.
Oh, the Little League World Series?
The Little League World Series at the ESPN. Life. So yeah, he's done it all, and just a great kid. His uncle, so to speak, is Uncle Harvey Williams.
No way.
Now, they're not related by blood, but Harvey Williams' dad and Josh Williams' dad were on the Raiders for 3 years. Wow. They became good friends, and now Harvey's real proud of him. So you'll see all that.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Harold Perkins makes this defense much more athletic and much more explosive. you anticipate seeing a lot of him, right? I mean, I don't think they can take him off the field at this point.
Jordy, did you sense some Brian Kelly, like, wanting to compliment him, but it's the old case of let's not get his head too big too quick, you know? Let's tap the brakes, Is he going to beat out Ojulari? I don't think so, but yeah, I mean, I was in the Saints locker room on Sunday, and the one thing I wish I would ask Devin White was about Harold Perkins wearing his number 40 and everything. The skirmish and some other things took my mind off of that a tad, but yeah, I mean, when we went to fall camp, I put the camera on him one day, just ISO, and he came from one side of the field all the way to the other, passing up other linebackers that were in better position to, make the thud tackle. So all the physical traits are there. You just got to learn the defense a little bit better. But yeah, he flashed for sure.
You were in the Dome on Sunday, and that was a snoozer through the first couple of quarters, and then just a bomb went off in there. Compliments of Mike Evans, Marshawn Lattimore, and Leonard Fournette kind of gets away scot-free here. And I know you had a exclusive. You had a really good one-on-one with him after the game that I've seen a lot of the bites of. Take me into the Dome on Sunday. What was that like?
Well, it was kind of like it was turning out to be the Sunday night game from last year. It's like, are the Saints going to win 9-0 again?
Yeah.
And, they were driving. They ran the ball fairly well, the Saints, with Kamara out. And then that fumble by Ingram at the 10-yard line, that was a game changer for sure. And after that, and then you have the skirmish, and it's obvious one team handled that better than the other. Tampa Bay kind of took over the game after the brawl, and the Saints, I think, turned the ball over. Winston threw 3 interceptions after that, and then there was a fumble too. I think there was 5 turnovers by the Saints altogether, and so. Through 2 games, the Saints' offense has been mostly dreadful. Outside of the fourth quarter comeback against Atlanta, and let's be honest, last year, I don't know how they won 9 games to an extent. I mean, they played some brutal football in those primetime games against, like, the Dolphins. And Ian Book, yeah. I mean, there was just some bad offensive football. So I kind of joke, those Drew Brees 20 for 30 or 252 yards and 3 touchdown games don't look so bad right now. The check down. But the air yards, right? We're not getting enough air yards out of it. Now, Jameis gives you big playability, and they can if they can settle him down. But it was rough for him. He kind of imploded there at the end.
What did you make of your conversation with Leonard?
When it broke out, I kind of missed it, and then I'm looking down and I kind of watched the replays. Leonard kind of. Oh, well, I had to look at the film. It's on the tape. And so he was kind of,
can't tell you what happened.
Olaying it. I didn't have anything to do with that. It's emotions. It's football. Russell Gage actually was trying to give a serious answer, and he kind of broke out laughing, too. So, yeah, that's and Mike Evans said, I got my guys back. I wasn't going to – somebody threw a punch, and I was in there. And so he is the –
I mean, the cameras caught him. That's Tom Brady. What do you want me to do?
The best quote ever.
He must be a good cow tipper. Like at night he runs out to fields and the cows are sleeping and pushes them over. He's a tough guy,
Split belly option on 2.
So, man, the history between these two just keeps going on and on. I joke that the referees it's these two again, Lattimore. Just throw them out. Get rid of both of them because Lattimore really didn't deserve an ejection at all, I don't think.
What was Dennis Allen like after the game?
Just kind of talked about the fumble, game changer. I kind of watched his press conference to an extent. He kind of downplayed the whole skirmish or, these guys get fined when they say too much. So he didn't say a whole lot. But I found that, Winston did not want to talk about the back at all. Every time he got asked about, you got 4 vertebrae in your back, he just said, can't turn the ball over. I got to protect the ball. Well, what about those? Your backs can't turn the ball over. And so, he felt bad about it, especially against those guys. What did you think of Devin's comments on the field after the game? Did you see those?
Oh, what did he say?
He's like, well, he was on our team and, threw 30 interceptions that year. And so we knew he was going to start throwing it to us. And so kind of a little bit of truth, but should you tell the truth?
A little too much behind
Yeah. Kind of like that. There's a reason why there's a cool down period after the game, in the locker room, the whole Richard Sherman interview on the field.
Well,
but
you know what I thought was strange about that game is that Bruce Arians is on the sideline, and when they're brawling, he's kind of barking at Lattimore.
Really?
He's kind of like, get back. He's kind of like telling, like, get back over there.
They're
like,
saying
that
he sent Mike Evans on the
Uh-uh.
field.
No
Like, he was
way.
like pointing. Like,
No.
get
Get
out
his
there.
ass?
Yeah.
But I mean,
Why
like
is he
that
out
was very
there?
confusing just to see him.
Yeah.
Not only that, like if I'm Todd Bowles,
Yeah.
do you really want
To get
the
cuckolded?
former ex
Yeah, I
head
found
coach
it.
like just like roaming?
I was standing by the Tampa Bay locker room waiting to get in after the game, and I hadn't done a good job keeping up with my Tampa storylines, and he walked out. I'm like, what's he doing here? That's the former head coach, right? That's Arians, right? And so, I mean, can you imagine, I don't know, Sean Payton still standing on the Saints sideline and yelling and screaming and stuff? It was weird. You know,
was
once
strange.
you step away, you're supposed to be out of it, you know? And
Way
so-
out of it. And at least even if you're there, because he still has a role as an executive in
Right.
Tampa. Like
Right.
they still they announced it when it was weird. Like it looks like Brady forced him out.
I
Like,
saw
that-
some
that-
Tampa
that's
fans saying that the Saints did not provide a spot for him
enough
in the,
personnel
up in the
like-
press box to
Yeah, 'cause
sit. and
I've
so-
seen like it's been made a big deal. Like the Tampa Bay executives were sitting in the press box, and I know that sometimes the Saints personnel sit in the press box. I think it's kind of NFL routine to play mind games with like, no, we don't have a seat for you. You know,
Yeah.
Gale. You know, like go figure it out. You know, I mean, we're not going to say, but it was. I agree. I mean, like even if Arians didn't have a seat in the press box, go stand in the tunnel. Like, don't stand on the sideline, man. It's just a bad look. You know, what I mean, that's a bad look for Bowles.
Yeah, I mean, Arians the guy that won the Super Bowl, right? He's Super
Yeah.
Bowl winning coach. You know, hey, I'm trying to. If you Bowles, you're trying to create your own thing here. I don't want the past hanging around, even if the past is good. So
Right, and even if it's no big deal, like just the perception of it, let's just keep him in the back. You know what I mean? Like don't have him out there like looking like he's coaching.
yeah,
All right, so high school football last Friday night, Zachary goes down.
that was
which is-
surprising.
That was surprising, right? Holstein might be banged up. He did something to his non-throwing shoulder.
Yeah,
that
Darren
could-
DeQuano was at that game for us in Texas that he had hurt his non-throwing shoulder. So hopefully this this ESPN game they set up with Zachary and Woodlawn, lives up to the to the billing.
Right.
But I guess Dave Brewerton, I guess he's happy if he's got to lose early and teach him a lesson because they've obviously 4 state championships in 7 years and their facilities and everything they've become a huge power. I've seen Episcopal play in person a couple times. I'm impressed with them.
Yeah, they're doing really well this year.
This little quarterback they got, Lewis Ward, he can spin it, man. He on the run and in the pocket, and they're doing pretty well.
Love that, man. I
So
love that.
yeah, the linebacker named Ethan Ott, I think, is out there too, making some plays.
I saw the Advocate ran a big piece on him, and I saw Ethan play when he played with the South Baton Rouge Rams. He played for Pat Green over there in Memorial Stadium, and as a youngster, you could see just, man, he's much more aggressive than everybody. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and that has carried over to him in high school, where, he's coming to the football and he's bringing an attitude with him, and it's cool to see. I've had more people text me and ask me, "No way, that's Jimmy Ott's kid." Right? And I'm like, "That's him, bro. That's little EJ Ott. I mean, that's
Blue collar kid,
that's
man.
the Ott's son."
They beat up on Country Day. Country Day's kicker was really impressive. I don't know if anyone's recruiting him, or I don't know but he kicked a 50-yarder at the gun at the end of the first half with plenty to spare. They grow a lot of good kickers on the North Shore over there with the soccer programs and everything.
That's
so.
right. Mandeville sent a kicker to Bama.
Yeah,
Years ago.
Trent Doming, right? He was from around that area. The fake against Florida in 14.
That's right.
So, yeah.
All right, what's coming? Are you on the desk? You're off today?
I'm on the desk tonight. I got up and took a shower for you today. I've heard about how awful I look when I come on these. I get the bedhead and I try to come in here with a T-shirt. It's not working, so I got up early. And
Who told you that?
so, it's funny because somebody texted me during the commercial break and said, "Let's see what T-shirt Jacques dug out of his bottom of his hamper today." And I'm like,
I thought I was rubbing off on you.
So, but yeah, we got our player of the week tonight. I'll be on the desk at 6 and 10, and then I think we're gonna do our Josh Williams feature on Thursday. I think I'm supposed to do a chat with Peter Burns today, and I did a chat with Harvey Williams a couple of days ago or yesterday, talking about our old sweet spot of the late '80s and LSU football history. The good times before the bad times.
That's
I told
right,
him.
man. That's right.
So.
All right, JD, good to see you, buddy.
All right, thanks for having me.
Jacques, every Wednesday here. Make sure and check him out on WAFB this afternoon on the news. 6 and 10?
6 and 10.
6 and 10 to this afternoon on WAFB, your news leader here in the state of Louisiana. We'll be back with more of the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet.
We're all from different places and backgrounds. We've each experienced our own versions of life, but in the end, we're all on the same team. I'm part of that team, along with these players in purple and gold.
Kayshawn Buddha, Malik Neighbors, Miles Frazier, Kyron Lacey, Greg Brooks.
Whether on the field or in the courtroom, your team matters.
So join our team. Make a difference. Bet. Let's get it done.
Best athlete to come out of New Iberia, Mark Roman?
Kayshawn Buddha.
Kayshawn? Wow.
Right now, Kayshawn, Mark was a little bit before me. I was a ball boy. When Mark was playing at New Iberia Senior High School. I played like right after Mark. But has done some things, and just the things that you guys are seeing Kayshawn do, that he's not even scratching the surface of what we saw on a day-to-day basis at practice. He's unreal. He's unreal.
He's so natural. It's so so easy. It looks so easy to him.
Yes, it's so easy, and there's never been another a competitor I've ever seen like Kayshawn. Kayshawn would not lose going to eat pregame meal. He has to be the first. He is the ultimate competitor. He would not lose. So trust me, he will be ready.
Man, so kind of when I entered the transfer portal, I knew, what type of facility, what type of, program I wanted to go to. Being that before I committed to Ohio State, my first unofficial was to LSU.
Oh, wow.
And but that was when Coach O and Coach Raymond was here or whatever. But definitely the coaches, the scheme Kelly, trying to implement, his way of going, like detailed person. That's where I wanted to be. I know where I want to be.
Did you have any experience with Coach Kelly?
No, I had no experience. No.
Really? Who was your main recruiter from LSU?
Sherman Wilson. Yeah, he was, stay consistent, honest, just gave it to me straight.
Yeah.
And this is where I wanted to be.
How do you feel about that number at this university playing that position?
Yeah, man, I definitely want it. I definitely want to come in and prove, to my teammates, not just the coaches, but to my teammates that I got to go play with, that I deserve it, and once I do that, then everything is up from there.
We're all from different places and backgrounds.
Looking to book a dumpster but no idea how? We've made it quick and easy for you. Check out our website at moralesrolloffs.com. Let Morales Roll-Offs know your desired delivery date, and finally, provide your contact details. To make payment, look out for an email invoice with all your booking details. On delivery day, our driver will notify you through text and email that your dumpster is ready and on the way. Now you know how easy and convenient it is. Call Morales Roll-Offs at 225-427-0000 for your dumpster.
Hey, Baton Rouge, when traveling through Natchez, Mississippi, whether you need to fill up your vehicle or your belly, stop by Go-Mart and On The Go Deli. Go-Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you might need on your trip. So stop by Go-Mart at 4 Sergeant Prentice Drive as you're entering Natchez on the left, and visit Tom and Wright Granning and their awesome team at Go-Mart.
Do you suffer from chronic dehydration? Are you looking to improve your athletic performance and you need to get over and see our friends over at GoFlow IV? They're located on Jefferson Highway. Easy to find them online at GEAUXFlowIV.com. Make sure and use the promo code Jordy Culotta Show. If you do, they'll take 15% off of your initial visit. Check them out online, GEAUXFlowIV.com. Hey fellas, it's Jordy Culotta for my friends over at Men's Total Health. Guys, do you suffer from fatigue, decreased libido, erectile dysfunction, weight gain or loss of muscle mass, signs of depression, anxiety, hair loss, mental fog, general loss of interest? Then you might be suffering from low testosterone. Go see my friend Mike Roach and his great team over at Men's Total Health, over in Metairie at menstotalhealth.net online. Stop in and see how they can change your life today. A simple shot and some knowledge from Mike Roach can get you back up, moving with your energy, get your sex drive back, build your muscle mass, make you feel young again. All online, menstotalhealth.net.
All right, brother.
I'm feeling spicy today.
That was live.
Good.
Welcome back here to the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. Appreciate Jacques for stopping through here.
And y'all get a pleasant surprise.
You know
Katie
the
took her
show
shoes
that
off.
play. You know the show.
Just the shoes. Just
Oh
to see how it
wow!
And look, yeah, we're
Ooh,
conditioning
wow.
her. Yeah.
Let me zoom that thing in.
Yeah, right.
Give y'all boys a show today.
Little ankle.
I don't understand how he gets this many likes.
This is the real
football
show.
God. He really
200.
is Football God.
So close.
200.
Close.
194 and counting.
Do you sleep in socks?
Yes, I do. 'Cause
Oh, that's
I have to.
serial
I'm
killer
cold.
stuff.
I'm cold. Davey keeps it cold.
Ooh,
and
one more
so-
sheet.
What?
One more sheet.
Instead of socks?
Definitely.
Why? I mean, they're clean socks. Like I put them on.
I'm
to
not
sleep.
worried about the cleanliness
Clean
of them.
socks, huh?
What's wrong with sleeping in socks?
Oh,
Sweaty feet.
They don't get sweaty. I'm cold.
It's a tactile
And I don't
thing
want
for
him to
me.
get hot, so I just sometimes
Wiggle
I'm in
those toes
sweatpants.
for
There are
us.
some nights that I've been.
No,
in
I'll
like
go
socks and
sweatpants.
Wiggle
I
those
guess it
toes
is.
for us.
Oh, put it on the trailer.
Just giving the boys what they want.
Like she's a paraplegic. Can you
my
move your
God.
feet? Ah! She's alive.
Y'all are so weird.
They're in their
Y'all are so
offices right
weird.
now just going crazy. Foot on the door. I'm almost finished. My meeting's almost over.
It's at 9 o'clock.
Oh my
and it's a race
God.
against the clock.
Y'all are insane.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
This is what it takes to get likes. I mean, we need the likes.
We're at
but I didn't wanna
197
whore
for
my
God's
feet out for
sakes.
it.
Oh my God. It's so funny. Because there is
Bada bing, bada boom. Going to lock the door.
Because there actually is at least one person that is like,
No
I'm
doubt.
super into feet.
Well, yeah, there has to be. I mean, lots
I
of
think
people-
everybody's in on the joke, but there's definitely somebody that like, actually am fucking really into this.
I hope that everybody's just in on it.
I actually love feet.
Yeah. Yeah, this is. I'm a rewatch. Like you can go back on YouTube and it'll highlight the most watched parts of
Phone
your
number.
episode, and so this is gonna be,
Be
a
a
real
spike.
tell. This is gonna be a real tell.
Nice spike.
Because that's what happened on. They have. What's the
204.
Yeah,
Oh my
there
God,
you go.
y'all.
There's a Margot Robbie movie where she puts her feet, like Quentin Tarantino's notorious feet guy.
Yeah.
She puts her feet up, and it's a clip on YouTube, and it's like, YouTube needs to chill. Like, everybody needs to cool out, because it's like the spike is unbelievable in a 2-minute clip.
good.
And it's just her putting her feet up on the in the movie theater, and it's like 1.5 million people watched right now, and it's like, oh God.
That is nuts.
Everybody's
Bizarre.
into it.
I'm not a foot person.
205
I don't get it.
in
I
counting.
mean, thanks for all the likes.
Have a great Wednesday. Make sure to hit that like button, share button, comment button. Go Chevrolet, driving us every day. We'll be with you tomorrow morning
End
right
it on
back
the feet.
here. Jordy Culotta Show, 7 a.m. Don't forget, mic'd up. Whoa. Ah! See you tomorrow morning.
Good day not to wear a dress.
Perfect day not to wear a dress.